You want to talk about the joys of online dating? It's ridiculous.
I mean, dating after you are 40 years old is ghetto. Like, it's so ghetto. Especially if you're like a woman who's independent and got her own. Men are just emotionally unavailable.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another video. And on today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at a video from Insolent Audits titled 17 minutes of older women realizing that they are not wanted anymore and crying on social media. Because guys, what better thing to do with your time than to cry about social media after men don't want you anymore? So without further ado, let's jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
You want to talk about the joys of online dating? It's ridiculous. As a 41-year-old woman, I am terrified. I'm lonely, but I don't think I'm that lonely. Dude, a 60-year-old man liked my profile, and it makes me, I think I'm gonna cry. I'm 41, I'm not. Holy snakies. SOS, send help.
Okay, let me be honest here. There is nothing wrong with her profile getting a like from a 16-year-old man unless she thinks her SMV is astronomically out of his league. Colleen, you did notice the ink work on your lip, chin, and chest, right? And all the hardware on your face, right? What I'm getting at is the irony of a 41-year-old woman who has the ink work and accessories of a 23-year-old woman is complaining about receiving a compliment from a 60-year-old man. Does she see the double standard here?
How about no?
Okay, I don't want to call her delusional since I really don't know that much about her, but maybe, just maybe, her reaction to the 60-year-old gentleman that she put on blast can warrant at least an observation of a tad bit of criticism. Either way, sister, I will say this ink is cool and all, but I am not blind to the multiple messages made by my male viewers who say a woman with huge amount of ink work is a red flag. Moving on.
I mean, dating after you are 40 years old is ghetto. Like, it's so ghetto. Especially if you're like a woman who's independent and got her own. I think the dating pool is way smaller for us. Like, I am so over it. I'm over it. I am 40 years old and I get it. I don't look like I'm 40. So I attract a lot of young men and like I am very vibrant and I listen to like reggaeton, trap, all that stuff that is like appealing to like the younger kids or whatever. But like even the dudes that are my age, like they're playing games. They're playing games. Like, baby, I don't got time to be texting all day. Like, plan something. Plan something. Like, I don't got that time to be on the phone, texting back and forth, what you doing this, and like, plan something.
Sister, you told 90% of my male viewers the types of guys you date in less than a minute. I mean, how do you get off to try and tell men to do better when you are attracting a particular type?
How dare you?
Okay, ladies, let me break this down to you. She attracts younger men because she is presenting herself with traits of women in a younger age bracket. Her thinking she looks younger has little to do with it. If you are in your 40s and you act like you are in your 20s, guess what? Young men in their 20s can understand, oh, this is a MILF I can vibe with and shack up with. On top of that, saying the men her age text her all day and she demands them to plan something, sweetheart, you just told everyone you are shacking up with the middle-aged Pookies and Ray Rays who got nothing but time to hit up the women on their rosters. What else do you expect? Seriously, girl, do you think you would have these complaints if you were dating men who are professionals or own their own business? Let me put it another way. Maybe the guys her age that she is complaining about all have this one thing in common. Methinks accountability is not the strong suit here.
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
And don't even get me started with the age app. Do not even, like, app is deleted. I'm done with it. I gave it a good 3 months, tried it, and it was just like endless texting. Endless texting for nothing. Like, why are you on a dating app if you're not trying to meet people? For what? I feel like in this time, in this generation, men are just emotionally unavailable. they're just not, they don't want to be emotionally available, especially when they meet a woman that is got her own, is successful, pay all her bills, is pretty, is knowledgeable. Like, what the F? What in the actual F? What in the actual F? I am just like over it. I am so done. Like, I don't want to date. Like, I'm done. Like, I hate dating. They want to talk to like multiple people and see which one. Like, no, I am the price. Like, I am the price. You're not going to try to play me around to see which one of these you're talking to is better than me. I'm better. Nah. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. I don't know who can relate, but I'm just so done. Like, I'm done. Dating in 2024 is ghetto.
Oh my.
This woman, guys, is so incredibly lost and entitled. Videos like this, I'll actually straight up say, I agree with this woman. Okay? I think, particularly in the case of women, because I think it takes men a lot longer to become attractive if they, you know, hitting the gym, making money and stuff like this. If you're a girl and you're 40 years of age and you are still dating, I agree with this woman. It is absolutely ghetto. But it's funny to me how this woman thinks that she is the prize at 40 years of age because why? She pays her own bills and because she's strong and independent. You're trying to advertise yourself to men by listing your masculine characteristics. Oh, look at how empowered I am. Look at how independent I am. Look at how much money is in my bank account. Look at my degrees. No dude looks at this and thinks, wow, you know, that just makes me so much more attracted to you. No, the way this video comes across is abrasive. It comes across as annoying. And no wonder dudes don't want to go out on dates with you or take you seriously. And the most hilarious part about this video as well is that this woman is crying, losing her marbles on TikTok because she is being treated the same way that men get treated throughout their entire lives. Oh, I'm sorry. The man won't text you back. He won't make plans. He's wasting your time. He's talking to a bunch of other people. He's screwing you around. This is exactly what women do to men throughout their entire lives. So you asking for empathy or talking to the internet as if I'm supposed to care about this is absolutely hilarious, number one. And number two, you shouldn't be dating at 40. You're actually right, madam. You're absolutely right. Dating at your age is completely and utterly ghetto. And the reason why is because women like you, I'm just going to say women in general, this woman's very annoying, but women can have their relationships and their marriages in their early 20s all done and sorted. You can have your marriage, you can have your relationship, you can have your family, you can knock that all out in your 20s. But here you are, 2 decades later, still looking for a man. I don't think that the problem is men and their emotional maturity. Let's jump into the next clip if I can find it. So we got another older woman here complaining.
Moving on.
Hey y'all, it's been a while. I have been out and about and doing my thing, but just checking in, some new things going on. Wanted to see what you guys thought. I have been seeing a younger guy, about 10 years younger than I am, and he does okay for himself. He has a cute little house out in the country, and the truth is it's not my thing. And he understands that and knows that I have a different background than he does, and I have a different net worth than he does, and I know I'm going to come off like a bitch and sound like, you know, I don't have my head on straight, but it's definitely a lifestyle change, and I'm wondering if anybody's experienced this. I really care about him, and he really cares about me, and we've done a lot of chatting about this, but he's probably not ever going to want to move out of his cute little house out in the country.
How many times have I said on this channel that regardless of women constantly saying that everything is about vibes, love is super important, men are the ones who hold things against women, and whatever shaming language flavor of the month it is, women's attitudes are predictable. This decade's post-war Grand Elder Queen is dating a guy younger than her, but no matter how much she cares with her all-important fifis, she is giving a long-winded excuse why she can't settle for a guy who makes less than her. Ladies, it's a reality that a man who makes six figures can easily date a younger woman who is a cashier, a theme park worker, or a waitress without giving the income disparity a second thought. But
yeah, and the reason why is because men don't care about your income. We don't care about how much is in your bank account. We don't care about your degrees or your accolades in your career field, okay? But these women who advocate, like Insolent Audits here says, these women say that they care about love and it's men who are the ones who are not romantic and all this kind of crap. But at the end of the day, they're the ones who care about the bank account. They're the ones who care about, you know, oh, does he earn more or less money than me? How tall is he? Okay, these sorts of things come into play here, but they want to tell men that, you know, we're the superficial ones and that we only care about looks. A lot of guys will really date you, even if you're not the best looking individual on the planet, as long as you're a nice and sane person. The moment you lose the niceness and being sane, like the further you go away from sanity and the more annoying you are, the less likely you are able to get a guy. So take that as you will. No guy is out here looking at you for your career. Maybe like one guy in the comments will be like, oh, but Taylor, I value a woman's career. Most men, it doesn't make a woman more attractive or more appealing because she's a lawyer.
women, especially older women, demand long-term to be with a guy on her level, as if the income was some SMV equivalent between men and women. It's obvious the guy doesn't care about her money, but she obviously cares about his lack of money. I have said it before, women are not built to be long-term providers. Her money is her money. His money would be their money, and he doesn't make enough.
And I'm probably never going to want to move into his cute little house in the country, just because I'm a Libra. I'm into my surroundings. I need to be like aesthetically happy, and there's a lot of work to be done, and I don't think it's going to get done.
I just zoned out for a second here. Did this woman just say she's a Libra? Are we bringing star signs into this? Please tell me I'm imagining things. Oh no, she did. I'm a Libra. Holy hell, man. How old is this woman? And she's sitting here talking to us about star signs. Is that real?
Country, just because I'm a Libra. I'm into my surroundings. I need to be like aesthetically happy, and there's a lot of work to be done, and I don't think it's going to get done.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying?
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. Yeah, guys, she's a Libra and she needs to be aesthetically happy in order for her to love you. You see, this is what I'm talking about, right? When we say that love to these people, a lot of these women, it just straight up doesn't exist. They don't love you, they don't care about you unless you earn enough and you look a particular way. Straight up. Like, let's cut the crap here, okay? Let's stop talking about star signs and about how you need to be aesthetically pleased and all of this nonsense. She doesn't want to date this dude because he doesn't earn enough money for her. Like, let's stop beating around the bush. These videos are absolute nonsense, man. Some of these women will talk in such circles and they'll try and make you believe in such nonsense. But at the end of the day, she's not as interested in him because he doesn't make enough money for her. But of course, we can't be honest about that, right? Because the moment we start to talk, if we sit here and we make TikTok videos and we talk with logic, The problem is people will realize how shallow we are. That's the problem. If you come on here and you make a TikTok video and you say, well, I don't want to date this dude, even though he's sweet and kind and loving and caring, because he earns less money than me, you will be rightfully roasted for it. That's why we don't want to say that. That's why we have to talk about nonsense like star signs and all this garbage. Like, get out of here, man.
So anyway, I know this is like totally superficial and stupid, but this is what's on my mind, and I wanted to get somebody's opinion. I don't need telling me I'm a bitch and I need to be, you know, coming down off my high horse. I understand that people come from different backgrounds and do different things, and we all have to kind of make our way and feel right with who we end up with.
You see, I'm not going to tell this woman, these videos, you know, these videos that these women make, I'm not going to sit here and tell them that, yo, you're making the wrong decision, you should reconsider and all this. Like, no, madam, you're strong and empowered. Go out there, go chase that Chad, go chase that guy who earns more money. I believe in you. You're strong and empowered. You see, I believe in people's ability, guys, to make their own decisions. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care. But you know what? I encourage these women to go out there and to continue chasing the men who make a lot of money, who are bad boys and stuff like this. Knock yourself out. Like, truly, guys, absolutely, because these women, this guy who earns less money than her, who's younger than her, and even though he might love her and care for her or whatever the case may be, this guy will be better off without this woman because she doesn't actually care about him. That's the thing at the end of the day. So, you know, go off into the sunset here, madam, chase the bad boys and things like this. And, you know, you can continue making videos for my channel, because the next video will be you crying. And then the video after that will be you lying about being happy. And then the next one will be something about a healing journey. And I can just make videos off of your content, because you show exactly what lies down the road for girls who think as you do, which is fine. Have fun. Right
with who we end up with. So just checking. Anybody date younger people who might not be in the same financial spot as you, and your comfort level with that? Maybe guys are more comfortable with it just because it's the traditional role, but and maybe I'm not comfortable with it because it's not the traditional role. I don't know. I'm just asking. It's what's on my mind, and there you go. And did you notice I didn't say hardly at all? So excited.
I'm a Libra. Drop the BS. The grand old post-war queen is way too old to be using that teenage horoscope excuse, as if planets and stars that are billions of miles away have anything to do with you being stuck up. Anyway, there is a reality here this queen seems to want to ignore, and it's what she sees every time she steps in front of a mirror. That is, she is not young. I am conscious that it is possible this guy was a player when he was young and is looking for the next broad to take care of him now that he is aging. Even if that were the case, she doesn't have the most to offer out there to have her pick. In the guy's defense, he isn't planning to move out of his home, i.e., men are set in their ways. And let's not forget, she is the one looking for an LTR to last the rest of her days. Also, Queen, have you accepted the fact that it is highly probable there are more days in your past than there are ahead of you? Hey, all I have to say is sometimes you have to let go of that roast beef energy and accept the good things you have in front of you. Either that or go hit up Bill Gates. Maybe he will choose you over Paula Hurd. Moving on.
At being over 50 and being single and trying to find someone compatible as a companion.
I saw this video by one of my fellow collaborators, and it broke my heart, because what she wants to know is why is it so incredibly difficult for a woman over 50 to find a life partner or a companion. Well, the reason is mostly mathematical. Women don't walk away from relationships or marriages unless they're almost put against the wall too. Men are not very good at calling off relationships. So what they do is they misbehave and they abuse a woman until she walks away. And by the time that happens, because it can be years and sometimes even decades, men think that, wow, I can get away with behaving that way, and women will put up with it. They don't understand that what happened there is that they had a truly committed partner that was trying everything possible to make that marriage or that relationship work. So they make it back into the dating scene thinking, oh, I can just find somebody else to put up with my BS. Here we are, women over 50, thinking, oh, I want a healthy relationship this time around. I'm not going to put up with someone bringing me down. I will no longer put up with abuse. And I want to live out the rest of my days in happy companionship with a man that has emotional health.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh, that is rich. That is so unique. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from this decade's post-war queen. Women divorce men because men abuse them. Oh snap, it must be an unprecedented epidemic as 70% plus of all divorces are put in by women. That means the men in this country are overwhelmingly abusive. Oh my. Is it wrong to say that Usain Bolt's speed has got nothing on women running away from accountability? Sweetheart, I understand that some men and women are physically abusive, but to drop a blanket statement like that is some next level bullcrap. And if women were doing everything possible to make the marriage work, then it would more than likely work. But with an attitude like this, quickly labeling men abusive, yeah, that's not anything positive. Oh, and yes, men who go through the theme park rides of a divorce they didn't ask for, thinking exactly what this gem of a queen is professing. I mean, obviously those men wanted exactly that when their poor ex-wife victim got half of everything, the house with child support and alimony bonuses. The jig is up, gentlemen. She has all of you figured out, down to the T. My only question is, if men are so bad, why are these delicate 50-year-old female victims trying to get with another possible rotten man?
But wait! There's more!
And then quickly we realize that the only thing that's out in that dating pool is men with a huge amount of physical and emotional baggage. So if the sheer cesspool of single men over 50 doesn't appeal to you, and believe me, it doesn't appeal to me either, the solution is to have a life that's so rich and so happy and so full of people that are truly making a contribution to our soul, that you decide that until a man that is suitable and that's going to make your life better than it is now turns up, you're quite happy on your own. I have a wonderful social life with good friends, wonderful girlfriends that speak to my heart, and my gay friends who just make the quality of my life much better than I ever thought I could. I have hobbies and interests and a life without restriction. Am I open to finding someone? Yes, of course. And in fact, I'm open to even finding someone younger than me. But he better come into this life to make my life better. And my life is pretty darn good as it is. And I hope you can get to a place where yours is too.
That's right, Queen. Don't settle for no scrub. In fact, don't lower any of your standards even a smidge. Trust me, you are doing a lot of men out there a big favor. Yep, because as this queen stated, it's obviously only the men that are damaged wrecks, while women are just perfect and have zero things they need to work on in order to do better in their next relationship. What am I saying? Do better. It's men who need to do better, and they have to accept women exactly how they are. If not, it's obvious that men over 50 just don't know how to love. This queen's life is going so awesome, she had to put on blast the extreme joy coming out of her, or she might have exploded trying to contain all that energy.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And of course, if any of you men out there are thinking of sliding into her DMs, you better come correct. You know what the saddest thing of all this is? There is no shortage of the amount of beta imp chumps and suckers out there that are so thirsty they will agree with everything this advanced post-war queen said, thinking it's going to get them some.
The thirst always wins.
I think
this clip, guys, I'm going to weigh in here for a second here, is absolutely hilarious. This woman thinks that men are the ones out here throwing away relationships and throwing away marriages because they feel like it. She has it so incredibly backwards, it's not even funny. Okay, women are quite literally incentivized to destroy long-term relationships and marriages because they get to walk away with cash and prizes when they do it. Something like, I think Insolent Audit said, I think it's something like 70+% of marriages, you know, where a divorce happens, the woman has initiated it. And I believe that number goes up significantly for college educated women as well. Educated in quotations, by the way. Okay, women are the ones who are out here ending relationships because they feel like it more often than not. Now, does that mean that men don't do it? Obviously not, before the old police come to the channel. Okay, but typically speaking, it is the women who are doing this. She has it so incredibly backwards. And I encourage her, you know, don't lower those standards, madam. Keep your standards nice and high, but guess what? The standards are always low for the guy who's attractive. You know, I always find it funny when you see these videos talking about how, oh, queen, your standards need to be so high. Don't let a man into your life unless he's improving it, i.e. he has his whole life together and he's financially going to provide for her. But at the same time, guys, while these women say this stuff of like, listen, don't let a guy into your life unless he meets all of your standards, I guarantee you the attractive guy doesn't have to meet a hell of a lot of standards. So why should a man come along and provide for you when you're 50 years of age, you know, and you're looking for a good man now? The good men were back in your 20s, where you left them. This woman has probably passed up so many good men throughout her entire life, okay? As a woman, you have such a ridiculous amount of options compared to men in dating that it's not even funny. So if you get to 50 years of age and you're complaining about no man giving to you what you want out of life, you're probably just incredibly entitled and you've overlooked every guy who would have given that to you in the first place. Now, the same is not necessarily true of men, and the reason why is because men do not have the same amount of options that women do. Women have celebrity status level of options, guys. They can post a picture on their Instagram, on their Snapchat, whatever social media people are using these days, and there will be dudes in her comments and, you know, in her messages trying to take her out on dinner dates, trying to, you know, pursue romantic interests with her. But these guys oftentimes just don't come up to scratch. And this is what happens when your ego is so big and you remain at 50 years of age and you're still single because none of the guys are up to your standards. Fantastic job, madam. You've done a fantastic job. Hey, you know, keep it up. You know, the next guy is going to be Prince Charming for sure. So don't give up, queen. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.